dive right in today. Welcome to this week's edition of Cocktails with Chrystal L. And I am Chrystal L, your host. And if we have not had the opportunity to meet in these social media streets, my goal is to help stylists, educators, beauty brands create more safe and inclusive spaces so people feel like they belong in our chairs. And today we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart that I've been doing for the past 7 years that most people look at me like, girl, bye. And that is the wedding industry and diving into niching in to the wedding industry to make more abundance. But before I dive into the topic today, I want to talk about something that has been a buzz everywhere. And it is the current state of our economy, right? We've had so many conversations about how do we recession proof our business? How do we make sure that we are going to be okay in the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? And I'm going to make it very simple for you. And it is your mind shift on abundance versus scarcity. That's right. So, as everything is happening in the world, we have two options, right? We can face it with the mindset of scarcity, which I completely understand how people could feel that way. It's a part of the human condition. It's a part of us thinking that as people talk about having less, our mind gets wrapped around having less, right? And then we can be consumed with having less. What do we do? How do we deal with having less? Well, if you feed that lion, it's going to roar bigger and you're going to have more fear, anxiety around having less versus thinking about a mindset of abundance. So, we hear a lot of people talk about what does that mean? When you think about a mindset of abundance, that means I am open to receiving more and having more. But I want to dive even deeper into that. As psychologist Barbara Fredrickson developed something called broaden and build. And that is the theory of focusing on cultivating positive emotions, which makes you cultivate more solutions to your problems or more solutions and open mind to doing different things. So, with that being said, that is how we're going to dive into. If you are wondering how you can cultivate more solutions during a time of uncertainty, I would offer you to get curious about diving into the wedding industry. Now, when I say that, I am saying that from experience. So I have been in the wedding industry for 7 years, right? And I am right in the middle of the wedding industry now. The wedding industry is a great way to supplement your income. Now, when people say, girl, no, I don't want nothing to do with no crazy brides. I don't want my Saturdays taken up with weddings. I just think that that is just a bad idea. I invite you to get curious about having a system where you actually position yourself as a wedding expert, where you actually don't have to go out hunting for brides because you're known for that in your city, in your industry, where you are so niche and so great at what you do when it comes to weddings that you can make the system however you want. Right now, the way that we do weddings is I don't do wedding trials before someone books with me. Hey, Style by Marilyn. Hey, Stephanie. People submit a quote. I tell them my pricing. We don't step out of the salon for less than 8 services per person, which averages anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000 on a Saturday. And so I have a lot of stylists who say, I make so much money on my Saturday. Yeah, I bet you do if you're working 6, 7 hours. What if you could work 4 hours? So usually our timeline is 4 hours and make anywhere between $1,500 and $4,000. That is very possible with a wedding, especially if you are the cream of the crop and your niche is that in all hair types and textures. You can take what you do and apply it to weddings. So say you're a balayage specialist, right? Your thing could be As you come up to your wedding, I'm going to make your hair look super natural. I'm going to do some brightness around your face. You can actually sell all of your services that you do to that bride. So not only are you getting a bride customer that's new to you, you're now getting a customer that is adding some brightness to her face, a customer that's doing a trim, a customer that wants a deep conditioning treatment, a customer wants amazing products, amazing skincare, all the way up to their wedding. So you're not just making this day of revenue, you're making additional revenue all the way up to it is time to do the wedding. So people always say, like, listen, I had zero desire to do weddings at all. Hey, Main Moves. What happened was there was a wedding shoot that was happening with a curly haired model, and there was no one in my town who could leave that client's hair in its natural state. And we were doing a winter wonderland wedding. So I was hired. I came out. It was so easy. The pictures were absolutely beautiful because it was a styled shoot, and other photographers, other venues started to see my work and wanted to work with me. So very quickly, I became the go-to for wedding styled shoots, which then became my pictures were everywhere, which means that brides were like, oh my gosh, who did the hair at this venue? Oh my gosh, who did the hair at this venue? And so I became the preferred vendor for not just venues, but for photographers, for caterers. And that built my clientele very, very quickly from weddings. So if you are looking for a way to recession proof your business, I invite you to have a curious mind of abundance and thinking about what you can add to your service menu that's going to produce additional revenue. And weddings are 100% an option. So once you have decided that you're going to add weddings to your services, the next steps would be to level up your skill set, right? I promise you that the Marvin Parsons very slick back wedding dues are over, and you can do what you're doing every single day behind the chair and elevate it and do bridal styles that are very easy, very simple, very repeatable. And with the system that I've been using, you pick every single hairstyle for every single person. So you are diving into a no-brainer every single time you step onto a wedding venue. You and your team, if you decide to go with a team, have a complete roadmap on how to do it, how to increase your revenue, instead of having the scarcity mindset about, oh my God, how do I cut back? Oh my gosh, I need to change my products. Oh my gosh, I can't give myself a raise this time because we're in a recession. Instead of saying, how can I cut back? It's how can I create more? What services can I add to create more? Can I add more mini services? Can I add more treatments? I can actually add a whole nother niche, which is weddings. The other things that you'll need to do if you want to dive into this is you are going to want to add some sort of weddings to your social media. So once you start actually even playing with mannequin heads, if you look at some of the top accounts who feature weddings, they 100% feature weddings with mannequins, right? So you can start leveling up your skills using mannequins, posting those things on your social media. That is going to then draw you in to more people in your area that you actually understand and know how to do bridal hair. And if you do it on multiple hair types and textures, you're going to have even more brides coming to you. So if you are looking for a way to increase your revenue, if you're looking for a way to have a more abundant mindset, if you're looking to broaden and build your business, I invite you to get curious about adding different revenue streams. And one of my favorite ones to add is weddings. Now, I know that you're like, that sounds like a real good idea, Chrystal, but I don't even know where to start. I got you. So I have had so many people DM me because we're right in the middle of wedding season and I've been doing wedding reels, asking me, okay, I want to do this. I've been doing weddings, but it's super stressful. Can you give me some ideas, some tips and tricks of where to get started, how to do it? And I absolutely can. We actually have put together some amazing resources for people who want to dive into learning more about doing weddings. And if you want to do that, all you have to do is click the link in my bio and join the All Hair Academy community and click the interest under weddings. And you will be added to an exclusive list of something that is coming very, very soon for people who are like, I'm going to focus on abundance this season. I'm going to focus on creating more revenue. I'm going to focus on how I can expand and broaden and build my business versus how I can shrink and have a scarcity mindset. I tell people all the time, hair salons are a recession-proof business and industry if you're giving a value service and experience to your clients. If you are making everyone feel like they belong in your chair when they walk in your door, when they see your social, you are going to have a life-changing opportunity. And doing weddings is something that I promise you will bring you, on average, anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000 additional income. And that is truly abundant. So if you're curious about learning more about an abundant mindset when it comes to applying your niche to the wedding industry, click the link in my bio, join the All Hair Academy community, and click the wedding interest. Now, remember, every day is a new opportunity to slay. Thank you for hanging out with me with this edition of Cocktails with Chrystal. And let's work on the abundance mindset. Which are you heading into the season of summer with? Abundance or scarcity? I really hope it's abundance. Peace and love.